What's up guys, it's August 24th, 2020, and today we'll start with a news update. There are still no Music Mondays. Yeah, my room is still occupied by my father's hobbies, which is okay, it is what it is. But I'll be moving in soon, faster than you can say hello. I don't know, onomatopoeia, I guess is the thing. But I'll be moving back into my room soon and thinking of getting a green screen soon. And I'll start streaming on YouTube soon. So there's a lot of big things coming up, I think, because once I get into my room, I'm going to set it up. I'm going to make a 100 subscriber video setup reveal, I think. I don't know what else I can really do for 100 subscribers, but I'm really thankful. Thank you all for subscribing. And I'll start streaming on YouTube, like I said. I might have a green screen, which will be fun. And yeah, that's it for news update. Okay, moving on to other stuff. Played pretty good yesterday. These are clips from yesterday. Let me know if you guys think it's good or not. I mean, I think it was pretty good anyway. But today I want to talk about flow. So let's go to Wikipedia. And according to Wikipedia, in positive psychology, a flow state, also known colloquially as being in the zone, is the mental state in which a person performing some activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized, focused, full involvement and enjoyment of the process of the activity. In essence, flow is characterized by the complete absorption in what one does and resulting transformation in one's sense of time. Blah 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 blah. There's a lot of other stuff. It says the flow state shares many characteristics with hyperfocus. However, hyperfocus is not always described in a positive light. Some examples include spending, in quotations, too much time playing video games or watching television and getting sidetracked and pleasurably absorbed by one aspect of an assignment or task to the detriment of the overall assignment. In some cases, hyperfocus can capture a person, perhaps causing them to appear unfocused or to start several projects, but complete few. Other related concepts include trance, hypnosis, hypomania, and mindfulness. Yeah, that's essentially what flow is in the psychological sense, according to Wikipedia. So it's actually pretty interesting. I heard of it being in the flow state before, but it actually seems to relate a lot to video games as well. So maybe I was in the flow, I was in the zone yesterday, So it says here that it's the mental state in which a person performing some activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus. So I guess I was energized, I had energized focus, I had full involvement and enjoyment in the process. I will say that enjoyment does come from playing with other people and talking to them. For me, that's a big part of the enjoyment because I love to talk. So I can see enjoyment being a big process of yesterday's relative to other times I play video games, because a lot of times I just play by myself because I'll be playing like at 8 a.m. when no one is up. So that makes sense, the enjoyment part. Full involvement. I suppose I was fully involved in playing the game. I had my headset on, so I was fully immersed visually and audioly with the game. Energized focus. I guess I was focused. Well, a lot of things like this are interesting to me, but what's even more interesting is how to achieve these things, right? Because it's easy to say, oh, this is a good thing, or this is a bad thing, or this is right, or this is wrong, or this gives you the outcome you want. But the hard thing is, how do you do it, right? How do you have the motivation to do X, Y, Z, to make video game videos, to make YouTube videos, right? Or to go to work, or to go to school, or to do this, or to do that. And so I went on another website, zenhabits.net, and it says 9 steps to achieving flow and happiness, in parentheses, in your work, by Leo Babauta. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Leo. It says, have you ever lost yourself in your work so much so that you lost track of time? Being consumed by a task like that, while it can be rare for most people, is a state of being called flow. In my experience, it's one of the keys to happiness at work, blah blah blah. What is flow? Put simply, it's a state of mind you achieve when you're fully immersed in a task, forgetting about the outside world. Cool. Right, so I'm assuming VR would give you a state of flow, or feeling of flow, or being in the zone, more than a lot of things, just because it feels like you're literally in a different world. Okay, it says it's a concept proposed by positive psychologist Mikhail Csikszentmihalyi. Yeah. Anyway, when you're in the state of flow, you are completely focused on the task at hand. Forget about yourself, about others, about the world around you. But I don't forget about others because I'm talking to other people, especially not about myself, because I always think about myself. And lose track of time, feel happy and in control. I guess you feel in control if you're doing good in a video game, right? For example. Become creative and productive. Cool. One thing I love about flow is that it takes the very Zen concept of being completely in the moment and applies it to work tasks. Why is flow important? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it would be important just because you're happy, you do things better, more productively, more efficiently. I think that's pretty self-evident. Can take practice, but you'll get better at it. Here are the key steps to achieving and benefiting from flow. There we go. As always, it's in the middle of the article. I mean, the juicy stuff is always in the middle towards the end, right? Number 1, choose work you love. Okay. Number 2, choose an important task. I skipped over the explanation. You could look in the link for the description, or in the description for the link to the website. I'll have it linked there, as well as the Wikipedia page, even though, it's Wikipedia, but it says choose an important task, number 2. Okay, there's work you love that's easy and unimportant, and there's work you love that will make a long-term impact on your career and life. Cool. Alright, so YouTube is kind of work that's easy and unimportant. Well, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's unimportant. I wouldn't say it's really unimportant, but it can be unimportant. It can be looked at as a hobby kind. But to me, it's important, and it's gonna make an impact on my career and life, right? So I'm taking YouTube seriously, so that's a good thing to achieve flow, it seems like. So it's work I love, it's an important task. Make sure it's challenging but not too hard. If a task is too easy, you'll be able to complete it without much thought or effort. It should be challenging enough to require your full concentration. However, if it is too hard, you'll find it difficult to lose yourself in it, as you'll spend most of your concentration just trying to figure out how to do it. Interesting. Or you'll just get discouraged because it's too hard. Cool. So make sure it's challenging but not too hard. That makes sense. I mean, I try to make 4 to 5 videos a week, and anytime I'm stuck on a video for many hours editing, because I'm still an amateur in editing right now. So anytime I'm stuck on the editing process, I just tell myself, okay, I have to push this video out today. I've learned a lot about editing today. I'll improve tomorrow's video so that it doesn't become too difficult, but it's challenging enough to have me spend hours on it and to learn from it. Cool. Number 4, find your quiet peak time. Okay, this is interesting. This person says, Leo says that for mornings, before the hustle of everyday life, that's like his or her, but I think his quiet time, quiet peak time. I also tend to get up early. He says some people get tired after lunch. That's not a good time to go for flow. So you need quiet peak time. Start waking up early. I wake up now between 4 to 4:30 a.m. I go to sleep between 8 to 9:30 maybe p.m. right? So I have my 7-8 hours of sleep, and I wake up very early so that no one is up essentially, and I could get some stuff done in the morning. Number 5, clear away distractions. Aside from finding quiet time and place to work, you'll want to clear away all other distractions. That makes sense. Like, put your phone away essentially is one of the big things. But if you wake up early or you find your quiet peak time, then you could couple that with clearing away distractions. Cool. Number 6, learn to focus on the task for as long as possible. This takes practice. You basically gotta keep trying to focus on the task without distractions and stuff. So this is hard, right? It's not saying it's easy, but it's giving you the steps. So one of the important things is to understand what you want to do. Second important thing, I think, is to understand in detail how to get to where you want to be. So I guess number 1 is what you want to be. Number 2 is how to get to where you want to be. And number 3 is pushing yourself to actually do those steps to get to where you want to be. Okay, number 7, enjoy yourself. Okay, that's pretty much makes sense. 8, keep practicing. Again, this takes practice. Makes sense. Consistency is key with everything. And 9, reap the rewards. Cool. And then he has a quote by Bertrand Russell. I don't know who that is, but to be able to concentrate for a considerable time is essential to difficult achievement. Cool. And to recap, the 9 things to achieve flow and happiness in your work: choose work you love. Choose an important task. Make sure it's challenging but not too hard. Find your quiet peak time. Clear away distractions. Learn to focus on that task for as long as possible. Enjoy yourself. Keep practicing and reap the rewards. You don't need to memorize them, but it's good to kind of understand. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Please subscribe.